Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Anashar. Hope you are doing good and safe wherever you are. If you are new to the channel, I'm Vinod Kumar. I create content around Microsoft Azure and the Microsoft tech stack. Lately, I was going through Microsoft Ignite 2023 keynotes, and a few of the announcements from Microsoft caught my attention. One among them is Microsoft Copilot Studio, which will help you to create your own copilots. So you might have seen the copilots with your GitHub, or if you're using Azure services, they have already incorporated the copilots in your logic apps or API and policy creation, all that. So you can also create your own copilots with the Copilot Studio that we're going to explore in our upcoming sessions. The other service is Microsoft Fabric, which is a kind of end-to-end analytical platform that will helps the data engineers or data analytics guys to create uh, some beautiful dashboards. Then it will enable you to inject, process, or store data, and on top of that data, you can create the business decisions all in a single environment. So it is primarily for the data practitioners that integrates and it integrates with the tools the business need to make decisions. Fabric includes the primarily these services. Most of the services, if you're working um, if you are working, we all know that analytics can be complex and it is fragmented. That means you need to incorporate multiple systems from different vendors, and then you can get a business analytics out of that after combining all of that. But now this tool, a single product, is easy to understand, easy to set up, and easy to manage. And you have all these services. Those are the services that you might have used from different platforms. So these are a couple of services that you can definitely explore. So that is one is the data warehousing, where it has the industry leading SQL performance and it scales to support the data usage. And if you are working on the data engineering with Synapse, it is also incorporated with Microsoft Fabric now, where you can make use of the Spark platform for data transformation at a very high scale. If you have someone who worked on a data factory for data injection or to query and analyze, um, then you can always use it in Fabric now. Also, you can if you're someone who has worked on KQL queries to bring out the real-time analytics with Synapse service, then you have it in Fabric today. Or else, if you're someone from the business BI side and you have created some dashboards to translate your data into business decisions, that is also incorporated in Fabric today. And on these all are now if you look at this picture itself, it says you have this on at the top, and at the bottom you have something called one lake. So one lake is is a service, or else we can call it as uh, a centric architecture that primarily provides you a single and integrated environment where you will store all your data. Primarily, you can think it as a OneDrive, where you will be able to see all your Microsoft applications, right? The Word, or else the PowerPoint, the Outlook, the Teams, all that. Similarly, it is just like your Office applications. All your compute workloads now are pre-wired to work with OneLake. And OneLake is built on top of ADLS, that is Azure Data Lake Storage, and data can be stored in any format, be it in Delta or Parquet format, CSV, JSON, and many more. And the one more additional feature that OneLake supports is the ability to create shortcuts that we will go and look once we demo this product. But what the shortcuts will help you is they will help you to embed references within your data lake that points to other file systems or else other storages that are located in a even in a different cloud providers also, maybe on Amazon S3 bucket, or else soon they will incorporate the other systems as well. But today it supports Azure S3, sorry, the Amazon S3 bucket also. Shortcuts will allow you to quickly source your existing data. You don't need to copy or else duplicate that data. You will get the data right from the a single source itself. And then you have different storages uh, that that on top of that you can run your multiple compute engines to bring out some valuable information that you can see over here. Then these are the different components that Fabric already incorporated. So different analytical uh, tools, or we can call it as engines, that are incorporated, that you can see in your one portal that we will see. If you have the Microsoft 365 or Power BI full access, right? Then you will be able to access it, or else you can start a free trial and start exploring this service. So I'm just trying with my free trial. If you are someone who is looking for the same, then you can just go to this website. You can type, I will give you the URL in the description of this video also, app.fabric.microsoft.com, where it will ask you for your mail ID and your few details related to your tenant and all that, and then you will see this beautiful UI showing up. So on the first place, I think you will see it a blank, but or something like this, Microsoft Fabric, and then you will see all the engines over here. Now you can go to Power BI over here, and you will see all your workspaces, the One Lake Data Hub, where you can see all the data sources that you can create. The selection of data source depends on the type of data that you have. So primarily you can have your structured data or unstructured data, or else you might be want to store that data in a file format or a table format, or else it again depends on your skill set also. If you are working on SQL, you might be choosing the warehouse. If you are working on Spark, you might be choosing the lake house. If you're someone who are good at KQL, you can use KQL database, all that. Today we are going to explore on the lake house that I will be going to create. So to get started, we can you will on your left side you will see something called workspaces. You can create your own workspace. I will create one for myself. So I am in Azure hyphen um, MS Fabric hyphen 2023, and you can give some description to your fabric, and then if you want to upload some image, you can do that. But for now I'm going all blank. So I have this fabric here, right? So now I can go to One Lake Data Hub, where I will be able to see or manage all my data here. I have already created a workspace just before this demo, so that is what you are seeing over here. But I will show you by creating one more. So what you can do is you can just come to this fabric, then new, we need to create data, right? So workspaces, then fabric, One Lake, all data. Here you're supposed to see an option to create your data lake. I'm trying to see that. Yeah, more options. You say this, it will be under data engineering, where you can create your lake house. Um, if you are working with the data warehouses, then you can create a warehouse. If you're working with Power BI, then you can create all this the reports, or else the dashboards, all that. But we will be focusing on this one, the data engineering part, where we will be creating the lake house. Now I will just name it as demo lake house, and I will just go ahead and create it. It will take some time to pop up. So once you have it ready, right? So primarily you will see three things or three items being created when you create a lake house. Uh, if you go to your this one, right? This one, your workspace, you see three things here. That is three items. One is your lake house where you will have actual metadata and your entire data, which will be in the format of files and tables. Then you have something called a SQL analytical endpoint, which will help you to query the data. It is a read-only um, endpoint where you can just connect to your tables and you can write some SQL queries and get that data out of that. And there is one more thing called semantic model. It was actually a set schema. So whenever you import some data, right, and convert it into a table format, you will get a schema being created in this one, the schematic model, which will you can add it to your Power BI, and then you can create beautiful dashboards on top of that. But we will see all those live now. So what I'm going to do is I will be opening this lake house, and I'm going to if you see here, I don't have any tables or any files. I'm going to import the data. Again, to get the data into lake house, you have different options altogether. You can create your data flows like um, in your ADF pipelines. You have the V2 version of data flows, right, where you can inject data, or else you can create the regular data pipelines to inject data into this one, or else you can use the notebook, and you can write some script and inject that data into this lake house, or else you can just import it. So I will just import it for now. So you have all these options, right? So you can just import a file. So you need a file, right? So I will take some sample file. So for that, what I will do is some sales data GitHub link, and we can get some sales data from GitHub. Sales CSV. Okay, sales CSV. No, this is very small data. I think I need some large volume of data. Sales data GitHub. I think I have it handy somewhere. Let me see. I have downloaded it already. Sales data sample CSV. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think this I can use this data set. View raw. Yeah, so I have a large data set here. I can just save this, save as CSV, and I can just import this data. Sales data, sales.csv. I will be storing it on my desktop. Yeah. And then I can just import that file here. So it started uploading, and within a short span, you will be able to see the file here. If you want to create folders and inside that folder you want to put those files, you can always create that too. So you have an option to create new subfolders. This is the new shortcut that I was talking about. If you want to connect to other systems like your own tables, own data lake storage that you have in Azure, or else if you want to connect to Amazon S3 bucket, you can always connect to. Or else if you have one more lake internally in some other workspace, you can always connect to that. But this we will try to see in some other session. Let's see our file is ready or not. Uh, Refresh it. Just taking some time. Let me retry. I will just add one more time. This time I'm going to create a folder, and inside that I'm going to upload file. And the sales file, upload. Yeah, it is reflecting now. But you will not see it in table yet, right? So what you can do is you can just load it to tables. You can use an existing table, or else you can create a new table also, and it will automatically populate your this one folder name. What you can do is you can just refresh this and expand this, or else you can just come here and load new table. It will take sales as your table name, just like whatever you have in the file. And your common, if you have an header in your file, you can just enable it, and what is the separator that you have, and just do a load. Now you will see a table being populated here. So loading CSV into a table with a name sales. Once you have the table, right, you can create or else you can run your SQL queries on top of that table, or else you can take that data and create dashboards. So you will have, as we explained before, right, you will be having only one source, and on that source of data you can create, or else you can work with all the data analytical engines, be it in your data factory, or else the Synapse services or Power BI, all that. So you see this data popping up here with all the columns, and with the relevant data types. You have the data here. Now, if you want to query this data, you can just right now in you can actually work it with two modes. One is the data lake house mode, where you will see the files, everything here, like uploading, you can do it. And the second place is where you can um, analytical endpoint, where you can query your data. This is something that I was explaining. You will get three items, right, when you create your lake house, where you can store your data, where you can query your data, or else the schema one, where you can add it to your Power BI and take advantage of that. So I'm just switching it to the SQL endpoint view, where you can write SQL queries, all that. So you will see here. So you have this table now. You can use this one, new SQL query, and you can just write your SQL commands here. Select star from sales, and then just run this. You see data showing up here, amount info and all that, with this user ID, order ID, all that. Okay. So you can also write the where amount info greater than some 200, or else maybe I can put it as 2000, and then just run it. Okay. So there is something wrong. Amount info. Okay. Amount info. Okay, interesting. So it is case sensitive. Okay, so you can write your queries like this. If you want to export that data, you can export it. You can visualize the results. All that you can do. If you're someone who has worked with the visualization queries where you can pull data and you can just drag the table and then uh, create some filters on top of that. That is some additional functionality that you can always explore that too if you want. Just like your data flows, right? In your ADF pipeline, you can filter your rows. That is something that you can also do. But the interesting point is you can see something called data over here, where you will see the data. You have query where you can write your queries, and there is something called model where you will be able to see your model, like what all the columns you have, and then how you can use this schema in your Power BI report. If you want a sample report, you can just go to reporting tab at the top, create a new report. This will take you to your Power BI uh, reporting instance, and then you can use the same one, the same data set that we have created, right? That we can use. Just give me a minute. I will just log in and show you with a sample report. Okay, you see here, you have this sales data showing up here, and whatever the things that you can do with your Power BI, right? Creating dashboards or tables, you can always create them. If you want me to show some values, maybe a beautiful table that is showing up the order and sum of amount. If I want to add some visualization, I can add to that with some order IDs. You can add your filters with the date range, all that you can do, all that. And then you can just publish this and share it with your entire organization, just like how you do it with your regular Power BI. So that is what I want to cover today. Maybe sometime later in the next series, I will try to explain you more on the other features, the components that we have in Fabric, like how can you work with the Apache Spark, or else how can you write your KQL queries, data warehouse. That things I will bring out very soon. So please do please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so that you will get notified whenever I post a new video. And also, if you find this content useful, please do like it and share it with your community so that it will help me also to grow and create more content, such content. Yep. Thanks for your time today. Have a nice day. Bye.